Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I've been sharing my San Francisco preschool tour application process journey. And so today's video is about the Russian Hill School. So this school, I think it used to be in Russian Hill, but now it's in Lower Pack Heights. Um, and we went on a one-on-one tour today and I'm going to share you all my thoughts, but I want to make sure that you guys remember that this is my opinion. If you have a different opinion, feel free to leave it in the comments. Um, but I also don't want to taint your experience. So maybe it might be best if you like take a look at the school first and then maybe you watch my video and then whatever. But yeah, if you have any tips about each of the schools or any insights, leave a comment. Let your girl know I'm trying to be a woke, mindful parent. Maybe not that woke, but just a good parent so I can get really good education for my daughter and be in the best care while she's at school. So here we go. Russian Hill School, first impression, we walked up, it's in a house. There's no knock about a school being in a house versus like a standardized school building, but it just gives a different feel. And I think when we were doing the walking tour around all the different areas, it seems like dark. It was like a little bit darker, not that well lit, and a little bit disjointed. Like there's a lot of hallways. And you know how San Francisco homes are. They're like skinny, they have oddly shaped rooms. So that was just one of the things. This obviously has nothing to do with education. It's just the layout. But so yeah, that's one of the things versus the Montessori school that was near the Presidio. That one I liked the layout because it was open and wide, and the room was like bright. So I really liked that. So with the Russian Hill School, there was like a room where they had dramatic play, and it's also the nap room, and then they have an open space for where they can play toys, and then they also had a really small backyard space. That's another thing. I want my daughter to have outdoor time, and they had like a backyard, but it wasn't that big, like a normal playground. With the Calvary School, they did have a open playground that was dedicated just for the school. The other thing I noticed is, I am really big on diversity. And I just felt like there was no diversity. It was all like white kids. Not that I have anything wrong with that, but my daughter is half Chinese, half Vietnamese. I want her to see that there's other kids that look like her in the school or like teachers that look like her. So that was like a con. One pro was that they had a lot of teachers. So the ratio I think was like 1 to 4, which is so good, especially when they're really young. They need the most care versus older kids. So I really liked that. The teachers were diverse, which is really good, but the students were not. What else? Oh, I really liked that they had the Littles program, which is they can come at 2 years old and they would stay from 8:30 to 12:30 Monday and Wednesdays, which I think would be a good program for my daughter to transition into preschool. So maybe she'll start in the beginning and then we'll find the right preschool. Um, or maybe she will attend there for preschool. Um, they are very art based. So a lot of the stuff, so if your kid likes art, they do a bunch of art. They have beautiful artworks by the kids that they put together. They make them do like painting at least I think twice a week is what he said. They have music class. Yeah, I don't know if they're strictly Montessori. If you're like looking for a Montessori school, I don't know. They didn't really tell me their philosophy, so I wasn't very clear on their philosophy. But let me just check my email to see what other notes I wrote because I write kind of like internal email with my husband and I, just so I remember what off the cuff, like what I remembered right after, so I don't forget. Yeah, so they had lots of teachers. The ratio was good. And then the cons was no diversity. the house was kind of dark. Um, they said that they do a weekly newsletter, but they don't have an app where they report picture or whatever for your kids. Um, yeah, and I think the house was a bit stuffy for my liking, but I think it's because they have so many activities and toys and crafts that they have stored. So that's has nothing to do with education, but there's just like a, how do you say, superficial um observation. But anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. If you had a really good experience with the school, let your girl know because I really want to know. Yeah, but that's like, I think this is tour number 3 for us, and then we have another tour coming up, and I'll let you guys know how that going goes. I will catch you later. Bye bye.